Alrighty folks, it's your favorite travel personality Alan Partridge here, and I'm giving you an exclusive, never-before-seen insight into a part of the world that the pierced, tattooed, soy milk-sipping millennial travel bloggers frankly don't have the chops or the willpower to cover. The territory is none other than the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea. And more specifically, it is in northern Korea, where I'm broadcasting from. I'm reporting to you exclusively with my more than 5 decades worth of personal globetrotting experiences, helping me to provide the yummy secret sauce on top of my delicious smorgasbord of travel stories. Have I seen the whole world? Listen, I've been everywhere and dim sum. After sampling the spicy travel stories I dish up, you'll be left 1 ton more. Now, gastronomic puns aside, in the pursuit of full journalistic disclosure, I did wonder if I should include my 2 controversial vacations to South Africa in the early 1980s, courtesy of my rich uncle's altruism, as part of my traveling curriculum vitae. That decision was made in under 4 seconds. Abso-bloody-lutely I should. So, if you, Bono, Ringo Starr, his son Zach, Daryl Hannah or Bruce Springsteen can't deal with it, then boo-hoo. And I'm not alone either. Boney M, Elton John, Rod Stewart, Shirley Bassey and Olivia Newton-John have also been to Sun City. Travel broadens the mind. And in my uncle's case, and in the band members of Queen's case, it also expands your wallet rather tidily too. My uncle was an incurable gambler, but he did far better than anyone could have expected at the Sun City Casino. Queen played just a handful of perfunctory songs to mostly drunken Afrikaans at Sun City and got paid a skip bin full of moolah for their troubles. Mine is not to judge. Righto, let's be honest about this new wave of millennial, selfie-loving YouTube bloggers who still live at home with their mums and can't hold a candle to my seasoned global traveling pedigree. They prance all over the planet with their fake salty dreadlock hairstyles and spout on about working remotely and sustainably and generating passive incomes from their so-called IP. Honestly, these showboating tossers are like glow sticks shining limply at a Def Leppard concert and then expiring just 2 songs before Pour Some Sugar on Me gets played. They're not memorable and they won't last. And let me tell you this, there's nothing passive whatsoever about my travel reporting. It's downright aggressive. It's GBH, not ABH. And it's GBH with intent, too. Just intent, mind you. It's not racially aggravated in any way, shape, or form. Okay, name the most spectacular television event you've witnessed in your life. The Queen's funeral, perhaps? Maybe Tom Cruise abseiling from the stadium roof at the Paris Olympics closing ceremony? Or the Super Bowl with the Blue Angels roaring overhead? Or perhaps, if you're around my vintage, it was OJ's gripping televised car chase across Southern California. Well, can I shock you? For my money, the most spectacular television event of the 21st century is happening right here, right now, in Pyongyang. Join me and prepare to have your socks knocked off, your ear canals irrigated, your colon cleansed, and your toes tickled with terrestrial tasers. What you're about to see is simply unbelievable. Welcome to a free snack-sized preview sample of what I have tentatively labeled at Alan's Ruddy Big Travel Diary, Day 1, Northern Korea. Here we go then. The night begins with the same electric anticipation displayed by the obedient crowd awaiting the carousel renewal ceremony in the classic 1976 movie Logan's Run. No one knows what fully to expect, or what's truly the meaning or motives behind it, but you sense there's going to be dazzling lasers and an exciting hint of death in the air. To keep things tickety-boo and running orderly, the skies above us are patrolled by state-of-the-art UAVs. These unmanned aerial vehicles serve a dual purpose of reconnaissance and targeted strike capability, and that's just for starters. It is no surprise to me that a crowd of this size is so perfectly well behaved and free from the curse of loud football hooligans acting up and pouring their beers over unsuspecting patrons' heads or pointing their bums rudely at the cameras. Well, I guess the ever-present threat of having your lower limbs, torso and head torn asunder by an incoming AGM Hellfire-style 6-bladed missile propellant is a natural, petrifying hooligan deterrent. I've seen some not suitable for workplace videos, showing what those flying Ginsu knives can do to a human specimen, and let me tell you this. After watching them in action, I felt my Adam's apple swell to the size of a dry, cracked 5-day-old test cricket ball doctored by Australian outfielders. To be even more blunt, I can no longer hear the popular children's action song Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes without feeling some minor form of PTSD. It's hard for us in the West to fully comprehend the devout following of North Korean leaders in recent years. In a way, they are like Santas to their millions of believers, and not just Santas who arrive once per annum to bring good tide and cheer and secrete away hidden wooden spoon gifts or oversized moose-themed jumpers. No, these militarized Santa figures arrive triennially, and they carefully audit the privately penned lists of those who have been naughty or nice with great gusto. For most North Koreans, the names written on the naughty lists are those of depraved Western political leaders. The gifts delivered to the people by their nuclear-capable Santas are frequent underground hydrogen bomb tests and ICBM prototype flights over Japan to help put the West firmly in its place. And that place is unquestionably in the naughty corner. Come to think of it, if jolly old Saint Nick could be convinced to align himself with North Korea's ideologies, then he would pose a significant security risk to the Western world. A militarized Santa flying at the speed of light and having access to billions of unsuspecting citizens could deliver a payload of munitions that could wreak unmitigated global devastation. Either that or he could potentially trade his anti-gravitational technologies and stealth advancements in return for some cheap labor supplies at his North Pole operations.